Here's a new one. This is called Spit It Out.
What's up, my gamers, or sorry, my indoctrinated group of people who say offensive things on purpose. Welcome back to another gaming video, another commentary video. I know it's been a while. It's been like 2 months. Sorry about that. I've been busy with school. I've been busy playing the new Zelda. Using every gameplay. It's fire. It's a fire game. But I'm here to talk about the Idubbbz apology video, which everybody and their grandmother has talked about. So it's my turn to talk about my opinion and my terrible opinions on things that are usually also terrible. And let's talk about his horrendous apology. Now I'm gonna start off with his terrible intro where he mentions how he's sorry for the things he's done, and his first example, I shit you not, is bringing up the Tana Mojo situation. He's like, I gotta apologize to Tana Mojo. Guys, I'm so sorry. I had to apologize to her for being an asshole. Even though, like, she's not a good person. She still isn't a good person. I don't think she's done worse. But I don't think he realized why he made that video. But I'll just show you the clip and you'll see why.
Oh, I think it's, if I'm going to have the balls to go to Tana's fan meetup and say slurs at her and then make a video about how it's okay to say slurs, I think I should have the balls to make an apology video and take accountability for the mistakes I've made. So that's what this video is. I've realized that I need to be crystal clear about what I believe, so there's no room for ambiguity. I am responsible for creating a lot of hurtful and damaging content on this channel, and I've also created a culture of apathy and, I don't know, a lot of like cruelty as well. Like, some of the videos I've made have been very not edgy. I don't think they some of these videos were edgy. I think they were just outright cruel. So I don't want people to, get it confused about, where I stand. I have made some cruel, hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it.
Point, he keeps bringing this up. He keeps bringing up the word cruel, and like his old content used to be dangerous. Now, was it cruel to an extent? Yeah, everything was. Everything you do is gonna be cruel to an extent. But he says that it's not. That it was more dangerous than, if anything, than edgy. Which, no, it was just edgy. The reason you made this content was to call out people, but in an edgy way. Let's be honest. It wasn't just to be like, oh, haha, I'm saying the N-word. I mean, that was half of it, right? Because it was funny. But it was just to call out people who were complete fucking hypocrites like Tana Mojo, and other people who were seen as horrible like Keemstar. And I know, but at the time, he was seen as horrible, okay? So I don't get this point of it was dangerous content. And he brings up a point that says he indoctrinated a group of people, which, no, it was just a bunch of, people just watching his content. It's not really his fault for them saying slurs out there, right? That's their fault for doing it, because they're being idiotic themselves. That's not his fault for, like, bringing in this group of people. It's not, he thinks of it as propaganda, like Americanized propaganda in, like, the 1940s. That's, like, the best example, right? Like those, like, old Disney cartoons. That's why he sees himself as that, but no, that's not even a close comparison. I don't know why he likes to see his old videos as that.
Criticizing people for very lackluster reasons, and obviously didn't have any accountability online whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I am any better than any of these people that I was making content cop videos on, and I'm not. I'm a human, I'm a real human who makes mistakes, and I make a different set of mistakes than the people I was making videos on, but it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate. It's also indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that this is an okay way to behave, and it's not. It's super irresponsible and shitty. I am very insecure about my ability to create interesting content or like entertain. It's gotten better over the years, but it's something that I have struggled with constantly.
Now, I don't know why he says he struggled with good content constantly. That was just a weird point to bring up. I think he was just doing it as an excuse to say, hey, I'm gonna get rid of my old content, which, if you're not proud of it, that's the one thing. It could just be like, hey, I moved on. If you like that content, then you like that content. That's fine. But I'm gonna move on to different content that actually makes me happy. That'll be fine. That's a fine apology. You don't have to throw your old fans, that's basically what he's doing, under the bus. He's basically saying that, like, oh, I indoctrinated this group of hateful people, which, no, he was just being an idiot online, realistically. Now, he brings up intentions next, which, it gets even worse. The video gets worse. He brings up intentions as, like, the intentions don't matter, guys. He sounds like a nerd, but he's like, actually, guys, intentions don't matter. What matters is that it happened. Like, no, intentions always matter. They should always matter. Because, like, he brings up hurting people as like an example, which that's a horrible example, right? Like, I still hurt people, guys. Like, intentions do matter. Like, I'm gonna set an example, right? I gotta stop doing this. But if someone were to steal my shit, then I have an excuse to beat them as they were stealing my stuff, right? I think everyone can agree on that. And he says casual bigotry is still bigotry, which I don't think he knows what the fuck the word bigotry even means. It's basically being an ignorant asshole. Like, you're an asshole, but you don't realize that you're being an asshole. Does that make sense? That's basically what it is. There's no, I'm halfway a bigot. That doesn't exist. It's mostly like old people who just refuse to learn new things. That's basically what it is. I don't know why he uses these terms. I think he's just trying to make himself sound smarter too. Like, casual racism. Like, that's a word that he brought up. And he always brings up the word harmful, like, every 5 fucking seconds. So annoying.
That I had good intentions, but that's so silly, Casual racism is still racism. Casual bigotry is still bigotry. And, I said a lot of things that I look back at and I cringe now, and I'm like, that is an awful thing to say. It doesn't matter what my intentions are. Like, if I'm hurting people, I'm hurting people. And, who the fuck knows what my intentions are? Like, sarcasm and, like, jokiness and jokey tone only goes so far, especially over the internet. Even in real life, that's, like, an impossible thing to know with 100% certainty.
Now, I don't know why he's sucking up to Thanos so much in this video. He particularly brings up about how, like, yeah, he doesn't like the people he made content cups on, but he's sucking up to Tana the most. I don't know why he's doing this. Like, he keeps bringing up how, like, oh, I shouldn't have gone up to her, and he basically says harassed, right? Like, he like, full-blown, like, destroyed the fucking place. It destroyed her own little VidCon, which, he has said a funny word, because, well, she was basically saying it, and getting mad that other people were saying edgy shit. That was basically what was going on at the time. I don't know why he's sucking up to her so much. And he brings up other people's, like, yeah, I still don't like these other guys. But I should particularly apologize to Tana, even though he's, like, done worse to the other people, calling them even more horrible shit, right? Constantly harass them, find you. If that's the example he's choosing. If he's saying harass, then it's fair game. He went to harass the other guys, which, I mean, it wasn't harassment, whatever. He went to constantly harass the other guys. Said even worse, like, he did the fucking Keemstar gnome thing, which I thought it was hilarious, right? It's hilarious. But if he's gonna say that he harassed Tana with that, technically it's gonna sound so retarded. Technically he was harassing Keemstar with a threat, right? It sounds stupid, right? And he's saying that his content was so dangerous. Like, what was dangerous about it? Like, what, he went up to Tana and called her out publicly? No, you were just making her look bad, which you should do, because she's trying to slander others in her own words. What was going on at the time, right? And she's trying to be this moral high ground, which she also brings up, which is also stupid. Like, he wasn't trying to be the moral high ground in these videos. He was just calling out others. He wasn't trying to put himself at a higher standard. He was just calling other people that were doing that. Yeah, this whole apology video was just such a train wreck. It gets even worse, and the rest of the video is just complete repetition. So I'm not even gonna go through it. He talks about the Froggy Fresh drama. My favorite part, it was when he brings up when he cried on stage, that he, like, was basically saying thank you to his viewers, which is massive cap. He was most likely crying that he fucking lost, which I still believe that. I still believe that he's just crying that he lost, and he's always there to pamper him, or vice versa. I don't even know anymore. Like, that whole marriage is a mess too. He also looks like he's going through a midlife crisis, even though he's only in his early 30s, which is wild to me. Like, this does not look like the face of a man who is stable, right?
That you did not deserve the hate and harassment that I sent your way. I particularly want to apologize to Tana. Tana, I'm sorry. I should have never made that video. I harassed Tana in person and then harassed her online. And that's deplorable behavior. It's so stupid. I'm also sorry to all the black viewers and minority groups who had to put up with that video and put up with, you know, the phrases. I said either it's all okay or none of it's okay. And that's just so dangerous and stupid. I have made content that I'm proud of over the years. It hasn't been as consistent as maybe I'd like it to have been, but you know, there is a lot of content that I think had a net positive on the world, and you know, I'm going to strive to continue on that trend. But again, I'm absolutely going to continue to make mistakes, but I want the mistakes to be a lot smaller and a lot less serious.
Now, I'm going to go to two of my last points. One of them is still in the video and happened, it was with the enlisting of his content cops. The other one happened more recently. Now, with the content cops, he said that he enlisted them as he wasn't very proud of them, and they said a dangerous president, but he still wanted them up. And he said something along those words. I can probably bring up the clip, but he said that he was gonna enlist them for now, and then he's just gonna, you know, as a way not to spread hate, as they were very popular. But the irony is that it's massive fucking cap, as he fucking left his bad unboxing videos up. I checked earlier, they were still up. If they're not up anymore, I can show a screenshot, but they were still up. They're some of the most popular, where he'd say the most fucked up shit imaginable. Even worse than his, in my opinion, even worse than his content cops, because he just like unbox random shit, and then say like out of pocket shit. So I just think he's doing it as a publicity stunt at this point. Either that or it's his wife, which, I mean, I still think his wife has a stake in things, to an extent. I think she is, like, in a way, like, saying, if you do this, it's really bad. But I'm not too sure about that, because she let him do the whole, because I'm pretty sure she recorded the videos and the content cops, so I'm not sure about that. But I don't know why he's, like, moral grounding so much. I legitimately think it's, like, a publicity stunt. And the last point I wanted to bring up was the most recent revelation that was he was gonna do another boxing tournament. I think it was Creator Clash, because he did Creator Clash 2, which is the one he cried in, which was funny as hell. But there was another. He was in talks with some other people to start up Creator Clash 3, right? Because you gotta start that shit early, right? Like it happens with everything, with movies, games, right? They're in talks for like 1-2 years right before the event happens. You gotta plan everything out. Unlike Tano. But the most recent revelation was that he was talking to Zero. Now, if you don't know anything about Zero, he was in the Smash community, and you know the Smash community. You know how wholesome they can be, right? And they totally cannot do anything wrong. There's totally not a lot of allegations with a lot of evidence that they have done horrible shit. Now, yeah, Zero is deplorable. Just watch the RDRFC stream, and you'll see why. But Idubbbz, with his 1 million IQ ass, maybe under a Niza, fucking contacted him, or they were both in talks. I shit you not. Boblex uploaded this clip. I shit you not, to get Zero into the boxing ring. I don't know why you would do that. You got mad at Foggy Fresh for having Sam Hyde on, because, or as his training buddy, because, quote unquote, he was horrible to his wife or whatever, and he said horrible shit. But you're fine with bringing up someone who has actual evidence against him that he's I don't know if I could say this word, but he's a cupcake enjoyer. He's a cupcakeification. He's an EDP. There's factual evidence, by the way, with the whole Ice Cube meme, with the whole thing that he wanted to get pictures from an underage girl, right? And you want him to box. What the actual hell is wrong with you? Now, I don't know if this was just Zero talking out of his ass and making shit up, but he hasn't responded to this. So, for all we know, he was gonna invite him, right? A cupcake into a cupcakeism. It's the word. Because I can't say the actual word. I don't know. I don't know what's going through his mind with all this bullshit. I think he's just going mentally insane, or he's legitimately in his like,
Do you think you'll ever get into influencer boxing? I have actually talked with Idubbbz about joining an event at some point. And I do have over a year of boxing under my belt.
Now, that was like the last point. I'm just done. Like, I cannot deal with like the rest of this bullshit that fucking Idubbbz is going through. I don't even know if I want to get into the video on this. I might make a continuation if he responds to the whole Zero thing, but that's pretty much it. It's like all the videos. That's all this video is gonna be on. I might talk about other stuff soon. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.